Dissociative amnesia, commonly known as psychogenic amnesia, is from the group dissociative, which are disorders that damages one's normal state of consciousness due to a stressful event. Dissociative amnesia differs from other disorders because it is not the loss of personal information caused by an injury to the brain, but rather is when the person blocks out information that is associated with a stressful or traumatic event. This leaves them with the incapability to remember the events from days to years. The memory of the traumatic event still exists in the brain, but is deeply buried, and eventually the memory will reappear on its own or can be triggered by a similar event.
Since I could call you.
The butterfly effect is about a boy named Evan Treborn who has been suffering from blackouts that are frequently occurring in his life. These blackouts are associated with high stress and traumatic events that he has experienced as a child. Evan is the victim of several childhood traumas, such as child pornography, witnessing the death of his father, and a reckless use of dynamite, which ultimately led to the death of a mother and her child. Evan discovers that he has the ability to travel back in time to inhibit his former self by reading his old journals that he has written as a child. This provides Evan with the ability to redo parts of his past. There are consequences that occur that alter Evan's life. He finds that changing parts of his past life creates alternate futures. Evan's goal is to diminish the most unpleasant events from his childhood, but this creates unforeseen consequences in Evan's life. His attempts to alter his past ultimately end up harming those who Evan cares about most. In one last attempt to change his past, Evan sacrifices his one true love by redoing his past one last time, to ensure a better life for the girl he loves. Those who are diagnosed with dissociative amnesia have claimed to experience memory gaps, autobiographical memory loss, and the inability to recall personal information about them. Dissociative amnesia is a deficit in memory that is caused by a psychological stressor rather than by structural brain damage. The cause of dissociative amnesia is said to be the victim either survived or witnessed a traumatic event. Evan experienced memory gaps due to the high levels of stress that he has experienced as a child and young adult. He used this as a coping mechanism where he dissociated himself from certain situations or experiences that were too traumatic to incorporate with his conscious self. The study focuses on 6 classes of traumatic events that support psychogenic amnesia. The memories of these traumatic events are completely inaccessible for long periods of their life. The article looks at disasters and accidents where significant portions of survivors, 25% to 80% of various earthquakes, fires, and airplane crash landings have reported memory impairments. The study investigates individuals in combat and discovered that 14% of the first 1,000 in World War II admitted to the neurological unit exhibited psychogenic amnesia, and 35% of patients arriving from severe combat conditions were classified amnesic. The article also discusses attempted suicide, criminal acts, violent death of a parent, and adult rape. The purpose of the study is to widen the range of traumatic events rather than focusing mainly on childhood sexual abuse. The study examines individuals who have reported experiencing dissociative amnesia caused by events such as combat, rape, disasters, and criminal acts. The study discusses a woman who was raped while jogging, and even though the rapist confessed, she had no memory of the event. Her memory resurfaced a few months after the incident while she was jogging, which triggered the memory of the rape. Techniques such as hypnosis can be used to help individuals suffering from dissociative amnesia recall lost memories. The study correlates with the film because Evan, just like the individuals from the study, could not recall past traumatic events. The hypnosis technique was used on him as a child to recall the events where he witnessed a mother and her child's death due to a reckless use of explosions. Unlike in the study, Evan was unable to recall that incident, but was told to keep a journal where he would record his daily routine. In the study, a woman who was raped while jogging was able to recall the events when she was jogging again. And in the film, Evan was able to recall his memories due to reading his journals that triggered back those memories. In comparison, the study and the film were able to give a clear perception of how dissociative amnesia occurs and how it's treated and when the lost memory may return. Hollywood created a false reality of dissociative amnesia. In the film, Evan's memories were triggered by reading his journal. Evan is able to travel back in time to change the outcome of the disturbing events that he has experienced as a child. This is an example of Hollywood exaggerating dissociative amnesia in order to create a more interesting film. Evan recalled one of his childhood memories where he visited his father in a psychiatric hospital where he witnessed his father being killed. He travels back in time to change the traumatic event he witnessed, but learns that he cannot change the past as it ends with the same result. Even though these scenes made the movie more interesting, it gave inaccurate information about dissociative amnesia.